Kaboom! Good morning, boomers, metamaniacs worldwide, Ethereum maniacs worldwide. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thank you for booming in. We got Ethereum on the left flank with some serious pump after the merger announcement. I find it interesting how now it's being labeled the merger. It's like a new term. I didn't hear that before last week. To me, it was always the proof of stake Ethereum 2.0, but now they got a new term, the merger. And apparently, people are liking it. The pump continues another 10% in the past 24. We got Ether almost at $1,500. It's headed that way. We'll be looking at the exact price in just a moment. Make sure you're hitting the like button, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding comment. Make sure you let the algorithm know that the meta maniacs, the champagne crypto boomers are still here deep in the foxholes of the blockchain battlefield trenches. Make sure you touch those buttons for me, guys. I got the thumbnail up. I got the monetization on click. I got to do that all manually every single time. I don't know why it doesn't lock in the setting. It's maybe because I'm using restream.io. Perhaps maybe. I don't know. This allows me to restream to Twitch. Shout out to the Twitchers out there. I'm not really checking Twitch much, but if you write a comment here, it will show up on my dashboard. If you write a comment from Twitch, it'll show up on my dashboard. So I'll see you guys. I'll be checking the chat in just a moment. Make sure you're following all the Champagne Crypto links down in the description, the link tree. If you haven't gotten into the crypto trenches, we got links to the exchanges. If you're a content creator, we got links to bots that'll help you make videos and more. Make sure you're tapping into our Discord, to the Twitch, and to the NFTs, the Medal of Honor on the bottom right-hand corner. That's the exclusive Champagne Crypto NFT. That was a free mint earlier this year, I would say, right? Or maybe late last year. It was probably earlier this year. And Medal of Honor holders, if you get all three of them, the gold, the silver, and the bronze, you're going to get a championship ring NFT at the end of the year. And MOH holders also have perks for upcoming drops and upcoming products that I may be dropping. They may have perks to them or not. I'm thinking of doing a PDF repository with a lot of information, and I may lace the MOH holders first. So either way, make sure you're tapping in and you're shouting out your coins in the chat box. Ethereum is doing great. The merge trade has begun. There's Ethereum arbitrage opportunities with the stETH on LIDO and more. I want to talk about that today. Make sure you're tapping in on the buttons. Let me turn off these coins and let's check out the trading view markets. Now the technicals for Ethereum are flashing buy. Come on. You know I'm liking that. Let me check the chat box, see how the Metamaniacs are doing. Shout out to the Metamaniacs. And let's go ahead and share our screen. Boom. ETH chart starting to awaken. It's been a downward trend. I guess I see if we can crack to about, I would say what? About 2,000. 2,000 to me is the real support. Of course, we're headed to 1,500 right now. Technicals are on buy, but that 2,000 is the real support. And I'm not sure if we're going to crack that unless the entire market change. Right now, ETH is particularly warm because of this merger announcement that supposedly they're going to do September 19th is the date. Now, that date might change. I give you guys updates on the shorts. I did some videos regarding that, and we'll continue to provide that information. But right now, September 19th is the date. So that's the rumor, I guess. So people are buying it up. And also there is an opportunity potentially with the LIDO platform or contract. I'm not sure if it's a platform or contract. We're going to look at that in just a moment. But they provide stETH, which is staked ETH. And it's an IOU for when ETH staking rewards become live sometime after the merger, which it could be up to a year after the merger. So that could be a longer term play. Just because they merge doesn't mean the rewards will start accumulate, or they probably already are. I'm not sure if they're accumulating or not, but the rewards won't be dispersed. That's a better word. The rewards will not be dispersed immediately. The rewards will be locked up and start to be dispersed. The disbursement will be sometime up to a year after the merger occurs. So let's look at this merger trade article that's on CoinDesk today. The merger trade has begun, experts say, as Ether surges and stETH discount narrows. Okay, that's staked ETH on the LIDO platform. ETH has undergone a rapid change in narrative over the past week, with speculators purely focused on the upcoming merge as a catalyst for appreciation. So this rumor is strong right now. Renewed clarity about the timeline of programmable blockchain Ethereum highly anticipated merge upgrade. Again, the merge. This merge, what are they merging with into two? I mean, I understand that it's more of a transformation. You know, the way I understand it is that they're moving from proof of work to proof of stake. What are they merging with? A new blockchain? I'm not entirely clear. But I think we can all agree it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. Ultimately, it's going to be a staking upgrade, no longer using proof of stake work, excuse me. And that's what the markets seem to be excited about now. We've heard many times that upgrading Ethereum is akin to swapping out the engine in a moving car, is what Dan Larimer said. I'm paraphrasing. That's what he said. And that's the founder of EOS, Steam, and more. Let's see if they can pull it off. Okay, certainly the markets are liking the news, especially that they gave a strong date. Tim Bako suggested September 19th as the launch date for the merge, which will see the world's biggest smart contract blockchain transition from the energy-intensive proof of work mechanism to a more environmentally friendly proof of stake. Since Bako's announcements, Ether has rallied roughly 22%. Hitting a 1 month high of 1475 according to CoinDesk data. You can continue to read the article here in the chat box. I'll link you can't read it in the chat box, but you can link to the article in the chat box, excuse me. And there it is, boom. And that's what's going on. Really warming up on the ETH angle right here. It's and like I've told you before, me personally, the strategy that the champ has been following during this dip is buying a little more ETH than I am Bitcoin. Okay, those are the two that I'm they're almost guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed, right? But those are fairly guaranteed boomers over the next, let's say 5 years for a 5-year term. Those are boomers. ETH and BTC are I'm not gonna say they're gonna be the top boomers, but to me they're gonna be holding pretty steady. If you ask me personally, that's what I'm betting on, right? I'm betting on crypto. So I'm accumulating BTC and ETH, and it's about a 60-40 split at this moment. Okay, 60-40 split at this moment. So let me know what's shaking and baking over there. Drop a comment in the chat box. We got ETH really warming up. And, you know, I was thinking to myself, like, what's going to be the next crypto trend? You know, for a second there, the last, I guess, hype trend was the metaverse. You know, the whole meta trend, the meta land and the NFT, the whole meta, that really cooled down a lot now with the bear market. But what's going to be that next trend? Are we going to go back to just Ether and BTC? You know, bring it back around. Nothing new, just going back to the old school, the OGs. Is it going to be an OG summer next year? Or is it going to be an OG crypto winter where the bits, the ETHs, and maybe some of the older coins do well? You know, people are looking for something that's tried, true, and tested. You know, and those things have been around. They're certainly not Luna. You know, they're certainly not that. Let's talk about this LIDO thing, though. So LIDO allows users to trade their ETH for stETH. Okay, stETH. It's the LIDO DAO. So let me pull this up over here. And you can see you have several coins associated. So it's stETH for the staked ETH. It should be 1-to-1, but there's a little bit of a discount going on over here. Okay? And then you got the LIDO DAO, which is the DAO that's allowing this to happen. So basically, people are pledging their ETH. My understanding is that they got about a third of all the ETH pledge for the staking is through LIDO DAO. Somehow they're a decentralized platform that redistributes the ETH to different pools, is my understanding. I need to look at it further. But you got LIDO going on over there. They've gone up substantially in the past, let's say, look at the 14-day chart over here. And you can see they've boomed over there from about 50 cents to almost $1, almost $2, $1.75. So they've definitely moved the LIDO DAO, and that's probably due in part to this rumor that they're going to go ahead and do the merge. LIDO provides, like I said, allegedly a third of the ETH stake. So what you do is you can go to this LIDO DAO, you pledge your ETH, and you get an stETH. Now, stETH, here's the thing, it's trading for less. Okay, stETH, there's a little bit of a gap here. It's a 1438, and then you got the real ETH trading at a little bit higher. So 1438 on LIDO, and this is at 1475. Now, allegedly, supposedly, when proof of stake rewards become active, you'll be able to redeem the stETH for exactly 1 ETH. But right now, it's not 1-to-1, so people are trying to take advantage of this arbitrage opportunity. Now, it may or may not work. I'll tell you this. I don't know. I have to look at further into the custody of this whole DAO, like the way that they're dispersing the ETH to the pools and how it's really worked. Like, I don't understand the flow of it. I really don't. It sounds to me like, hey, just, you know, deposit here and we're going to hold your ETH and we'll give you back ETH when it's, that's what it sounds like. Now, allegedly, that's not what it is. Apparently, it's more of a decentralized contract. So I got to see. But apparently, there is an arbitrage opportunity. 1475 for ETH, and then stETH is about 1438. So there's a few bucks there. Now, just a few days ago, there was a bigger gap. There was a bigger margin between the two. So there's more opportunity to be made. They're talking about it over here on CoinDesk. The stETH discount narrows. Okay. Stake Ether's discount relative to the price of Ether has narrowed from 98 to 96 Thursday per data source CoinMarketCap. The token, representing an equivalent amount of Ether staked in LIDO Finance, is supposed to trade at a price closer to Ether. Staked ETH price fell into a discount of 0.93 to ETH following the collapse of Terra in May and has not been able to recover since. So, you know, there's some bit of a FUD out there with these IOU coins. LIDO Finance is a liquid staking protocol allowing users to stake coins while retaining liquidity and bypassing the burden of owning a minimum of 32 ETH to become a staker. Users can redeem ETH for ETH only after transfers are enabled on ETH 2.0. I think there's a typo here. I think users could redeem staked ETH, which is stETH. No, it's not a typo. They just wrote it all out. So the stETH will be redeemable for ETH only after transfers are enabled on ETH 2.0. ETH has undergone a rapid change in narrative over the past week, with speculators purely focused on the upcoming merge as a catalyst for appreciation. So, I mean, there's a lot of speculation. Listen, if you didn't buy this weekend, I wouldn't be buying ETH right now. Like, just start it off. Like, I continue with my DCA. You know me. I continue with my DCA, but to try to chase this hound down, I don't know. I mean, I think there's going to be a sell off at some point this week. You know, and it may rally into next week. I don't think it's going to rally into September. I'll tell you that much. There's going to be a pullback, and then there's going to be a rally right before it. You know, this is the meat of the bones, in my opinion. I'm not sure if we're going to see 2,000. Now, we're going to perhaps, you know, obviously see 1,500. But I think the greater market is going to have to do a little more for ETH to get to 2,000. We'll see. Let's see. But definitely ETH, like I've been saying, I know I got a lot of Bitcoin maxis that follow me too. And you know, I'm pretty much a Bitcoin maxi myself. I got an open mind here, you know, with the ETH. And I see the utility in ETH. I mean, I use it way more. So, I mean, I see people using ETH all day long. All day long, people are using ETH, and they're using it a lot. I see it all day long. I use it. You see it too. So there's something there. Okay, so you know that's the bag that I'm slightly betting on more now than BTC, but I'll continue to ride with the BTC. The BTC is portfolio's BTC dominant at the moment, and I'm cool with that. Let me check out the chat box, see who's shaking and baking with the champ this morning. Shout out to Main Event, a big Monday kaboom to the champ. Kaboom to you as well, Main Event. And shout out to all the meta maniacs that's following me there in the super chats. I appreciate you guys. And that's what's going on. It's all about ETH right now, and I'm glad that we focused on that. You know, the question I'm asking is it going to be like an OG winter or OG summer going into 2023? What I mean by that is OG coins, the blue chips, the bits, the ETH. It certainly seems like people are focusing more on those right now. What does this mean for, you know, the L1, the L2 platforms? You know, the Polygons, the AVAXs, the Phantoms of the world. Certainly take some attention away from them. You know, Polygon did have that pump earlier this last week because of the Disney collaboration. I don't know how long that's going to last. We don't know. I think they're going to stick around. Let's see. You know, I'm not all convinced with this Ether merge. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull this thing off. You know, it seems a lot more promising than before. Well, we've been hearing this story. They've remixed it. I've heard Sharding, Casper, Phantom, Phantasma. I've heard a lot of them. Not Phantom. It was Casper. And at one point I heard Phantasm or something like that. Maybe I'm mistaken. But we've heard several remixes and iterations of this Ethereum remix. But let's see. I'm certainly excited about it. I'm not going to lie. And I'm gunning for ETH. I want them to win. You know, BTC and ETH, it's like Microsoft and Apple. You know what I mean? There's one, you know, they're both there. They serve their purpose. They're both there. They stuck around. You know, that's what I think BTC and ETH is about. Microsoft and Apple. Basically what it is. You know, one may get bigger than the other, but, you know, then the other one get, you know, it's Microsoft and Apple are like neck and neck. I don't know who's winning now. I think Apple now. But at one point, Microsoft was. You see what I'm saying? It's like, they're both good. They're both winners. They both won. So those should be the pillars of any crypto portfolio. Those two, BTC and ETH. And then, you know, you could talk about the other ones in another category. You know, the question is, you know, if you're getting into crypto, what's the ratio of BTC to ETH? Like how do you want to split? Are you more dominant with the bits or more dominant with the ETH? You got to make that decision. And then from there, you can have a separate portfolio with the altcoins. And then you can fragment it into, DEXs, sexes, metas, media. There's several categories, within the altcoin space. But it should be treated differently than your blue chip bag. And some people want to argue that Ripple and Binance are blue chip, no. You have to argue. If you have to argue, it's not blue chip. There's only 2 blue chips in crypto, and it's Bitcoin and ETH. That's it. There is no other blue chips. Some may come close. Some may become blue chip. Some kind of look like a blue chip at one point, but they're not. They're not. Binance, we don't know. Binance is one of the closest ones, but they got a big tag of centralization on them. And then others may argue Ripple, but who really uses Ripple? Because Binance is being used. People use Binance. Now, do they use Ripple? I'm not sure. I mean, there's guys over there, some guys, I don't know. But I don't see people banging out the contracts on Ripple. I don't see it. The utility's not there. Now, I know that, the bankster friends and family, they want to believe in the rips. And that may or may not be. That conspiracy may be true. I don't know. But as far as utility today, it's Bits, ETH, and Binance, really. I don't think even people use Cardano like that. I don't see it. I don't see people banging out Cardano contracts. I saw a couple of NFTs, Cardano, the Sunday swap and stuff like that. I saw a couple things going on there. But, I've seen more people using Polygon, Phantom, AVAX than I have Cardano to keep it $1.50 with you. Even Solana seems to get more use. But we shall see. Again, those are, it's all up for debate. When you talk about altcoins, it's all up for debate. But I'm talking about blue chips. There's no debate. ETH and Bitcoin are blue chips. Now, you can debate which one is stronger and which one's better between the two. Like, I know you got your Bitcoin maxis and like, no, it's all about Bitcoin. And then you got your Ether guys that are like, you got that argument. I'm, like I said, I'm 60-40 in Ether's favor right now for the short term. But the long-term bag is still BTC dominant. Shout out to Main Event, the rest of the boomers out there. Make sure you catch me in the description, links down below. Linktree, I got links to if you haven't joined Coinbase, if you haven't joined Gemini, if you haven't joined Crypto.com. These are all exchanges that you should tap into. Make sure you have an account with them so you can, buy and sell crypto in a centralized exchange. I mean, at some point, there's, a port of entry, in and out of the crypto world, and you're gonna have to use a centralized exchange for that. Now, there's ways around it if you want to do other ways, but I'm saying this is the most straightforward method. Okay, and that's what's going on. Make sure you tap into that and all the other links as well. Make sure you jump into the Discord. Make sure you check out the NFT, the Medal of Honor. It's available in the secondary market. I own 0 medals of honor. I own 0. I have not sold any medals. I have not owned any medals. I did the drop, and they were claimed immediately. And I know there's some holders out there that already acquired all 3 medals, gold, silver, and bronze. So they're going to get those championship ring NFTs. Kaboom. All right, guys. Stay strong out there. I'll be back. Hopefully everybody's stacking and packing that ETH if you haven't already. Drop me a comment on the vids and also slide into the Discord as well if you like. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest.